Okay, what's going on, everybody? It's Mangg here, and in the last few days, in the time in between when I'm not playing Bloodborne or Pillars of Eternity, so aka when I'm at work, I've been playing a little bit of this game called Duelyst, with a Y. And this is in, like, alpha or maybe closed beta. I don't know. You have to apply to try to get invited. And I applied like a few weeks ago or something like that, and I got accepted earlier this week. And it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. So I thought that I would make a video and talk about it and show it off and stuff like that, because it's not being talked about a whole lot. And so it's made by some guys. I don't know. I have no idea, and so that proves that I'm not being paid or anything. Not that that was a concern. And it's basically, I've been describing it to people as kind of like Hearthstone meets Final Fantasy Tactics. And if that interests you, then good. It's Hearthstone. It's definitely inspired by Hearthstone. The guys that made this have definitely played their fair share of Hearthstone, as I'll show you why. And a lot of their design choices are inspired by Hearthstone, but also the gameplay has a little bit of it but it's kind of like the it's the kind of easy to understand, but there's a lot of competitive nature, and there's the kind of the card draw, you know, basic mechanics of card games like Hearthstone, but then there's also the tactical positioning and maneuvering of, you know, grid-based games like Final Fantasy Tactics or Fire Emblem or something like that. And it's all wrapped up in a free-to-play model with gorgeous art design. I mean, just look at this art in the background. Just look at it. It's incredible. Like, I could, if I opened up like a new Numenera book and this was in it, I would not be shy. I'd just be like, oh, that's awesome. You know, it's just really good artwork. And there's another artwork when you first load it up. It's also gorgeous. And as you'll see, all like the creatures and everything, it's all kind of like retro sprite, but oh, it's so good looking. You'll see it in a little bit. So yeah, it's all good. It's all good. Okay, so first thing is it's browser only right now. This is all on my browser. Apparently they do have they're working on a client version at some point. I don't know, but it's fine in the browser right now. It's easy. It works. So when you first get access to the alpha, I guess, it says alpha.duelyst.com for me, but when you go to the regular site, you have to sign up for the beta, so I don't know how that works. But when you first get in, you are given 2,000 gold. Right now I have 0. Your gold right now is only used to buy booster packs. And I really wish I had saved 100 to show you what that's like. But it's exactly like Hearthstone. It's 100 gold for a booster pack. You just drag it on here. It opens up. You get 6 cards. And one of them is guaranteed to at least be a rare. So again, it's exactly like Hearthstone. But I like that. It's good. It's good. It's familiar now. I like it. So yeah, I can't show you that as I've already opened all my 20 booster packs. But then you can go into your collection. This is where you have all your cards. And there are right now 5 different factions. So think of them much like classes in Hearthstone. It's the Leonar, the Songhai, the Vitruvian, the Abyssian, and the Magmar. And so when you make they call it a squad. It's basically like a deck. When you make a new deck, you pick one of the 5 factions. So you pick your general. See, you can see some of that awesome art. It's incredible. It's gorgeous. So you pick one of your generals. And I imagine they're going to later add different types of general for each faction. But right now there's only one. And then you get to, much like Hearthstone, put in your different cards for your faction, as well as neutral cards. Like, I don't have to keep reiterating. You know what it looks like. And so you have, you know, your different minions. So here's the cost. It's, again, you know, here's the cost in the upper left. 5 cost, 4 attacks, 6 health. Here in the middle is its rarity. So this is a common. Let's see here. Here we have a rare. Blue is rare. And I'm sure you can guess what epic is if I find... it's even called that. I can search epic. Boom, there it is. There's an epic. And then you can search legendary. And there's the legendary. Yeah, yes. So, very similar. Okay. And so you build your deck, and you can only have up to 3 of any one, the same type of card in a deck. And, like my Songhai deck here has 23 units, 14 spells, and 2 artifacts. We'll talk about artifacts once we play something. And there's the mana curve. As you can see, this one is very low end. And so on and so forth. If you've played Hearthstone, a lot of this will be very familiar. But that's good. You have something already there to work off of. So yeah. And then they have 2 different play modes. They have regular play, which is where you play against other online opponents. Or they have sandbox, which is where you practice just offline. Well, you know, you practice with yourself. There's no AI as of yet. I imagine they're going to add it at some point, but right now it's just you pick 2 squads and you play against yourself. So we're going to do that just so I can talk about all the different mechanics. Okay, so yeah, you start off with your mulligan. Very similar to other shit going on. Okay, and yeah, you're playing as both sides, so good, good, good. And here we have the main arena. Okay, so up here in the upper left, this is your general. That's the healthier general, which you can also see hovering over it. And then here is your kind of mana bar. They call it cores, but it's the same thing. You start with 2 as the first player. The second player starts with 3, and you just go up 1. Until the max of 9. Okay, and the other interesting thing is you can replace one of your cards. These are your cards, although they don't label them as cards. You can replace one of these every turn. So we go here, say we don't want to use this, we replace it, and you draw another card, and you know, it's still random card draw, but it lets you kind of... It's basically like a free mulligan every round. So it's generally recommended that you do that, because most of the time you're not going to be able to play all your cards every turn. And every turn you refill back up to 4, I believe. So you want to replace every round just to give you more options. Okay. And then it's, you know, standard grid-based... you know, gameplay. So your general can move around the field, and you summon creatures. And so here we'll take a step forward. So here we have the Veil Hunter. It's a 2-cost minion, 1 attack, 2 health, but it's ranged, which means it can attack anywhere on the battlefield. So we want to keep that all the way in the back behind us, because he can hit anything. So he's probably going to take out this scorpion. Your general can also attack. They start with 2 attack, but you can buff this in other ways, generally through artifacts. And yeah, so the goal is to just kill the enemy general. So here we're back up to 4. And these blue orbs give you 1 extra mana for the turn. So it's kind of like there's 3 coins on the battlefield that you can pick up. So here's an artifact that we equip on our general. Whenever your general damages an enemy, summon a 1/1 Wraithling nearby, so we can do that. Here's our assassin, 3 cost, 4 attack, 1 health, but it has rush, so it's kind of like charge. It can attack as soon as it's summoned. We're going to mulligan this Soul Shatter pack because we don't need a buff. We got a Shadow Dancer, pretty good. We want to get out this guy. Death Watch is kind of like Undertaker. So whenever any minion dies, it's going to get +1/+1. So you kind of let this sit back and build up. It gets pretty nuts. We're going to move down here. Move this guy up here. We're going to snatch that, and then we can put this artifact down. Artifacts last either indefinitely, so, you know, if you're just sitting there, the artifacts will really never go away. But every time you take a hit, every time your general takes any sort of damage, you lose 1 durability on your artifact. On all your artifacts that are equipped. And each of your artifacts have 3 durability. So if you don't get hit, they stick around, but you're going to get hit, so. Alright, so here we drew the perfect card. Ghost Lightning, deal 1 damage to all enemy minions. So we kill both of these. Now here's an interesting thing I haven't encountered yet is the timing. Hopefully it's simultaneous, so this thing dies without getting buffed, but let's just try it. Yep, so that wiped out both of those. We can mulligan this Fire Spitter. We'll put out another one of these. And then we'll snatch this just so the opponent cannot. And then I guess we'll cast this. Buff it. We'll move it up into that corner. Like so. Now it's a 2/3, and we can attack opponent general. Okay. So now the Abyssian general here has an issue of these 2 range things that are just going to keep pelting it. We could use Dark Transformation as our whole turn to kill it, but that's not ideal. You can summon minions. That's shit. You can summon minions either anywhere next to your general, so any in the adjacent squares, or any adjacent square to any other minion you have on the board. So if I had a minion here, I could summon another minion into any of these squares. So again, positioning and maneuvering, really important. Yeah, I'm not loving the Abyssian's stance right now. Your spells cost 1 less to cast, so it's kind of like a Sorcerer's Apprentice. That's pretty good, because we have this Phoenix Fire. Deal 3 damage to any minion or general. This is a really good spell. Just kind of like, you know, a Frostbolt or something like that. So, what we could do... Well, let's mulligan... I guess we'll mulligan this. Okay, so here we have Provoke, which is kind of like Taunt from Hearthstone, but it's actually even more interesting in this because it's, you know, the maneuvering stuff. So what it does is so if I put this here, which I will, these 2 minions, well, this minion and this general, first of all, they cannot move. They cannot move away from this, or they can't even reposition around it, I don't think. And they have to attack it, much like Taunt. So the general can cast spells to kind of bypass that, but these things, they're going to have to physically attack it. So that's really interesting. And I think we're going to get the Mana Forger out. And then we will kill this. And then these 2 guys will attack here. And we'll reposition, and that's that. Alright, so again, the Abyssian is not in good shape. We don't need this, that's dumb. Although we did lose that artifact because we were damaged 3 times. But... yeah, this is shit. Shadow Dancer is a nice, powerful minion, but I think we need to get out the Rush. So we can kill this Provoke. We have 2 mana left, so we could get this out. We can summon a Komodo there, which is just a basic 1 cost, 1/3 minion. And we get a random Wraithling in a square because of this. Again, we're not in good shape. This lineup back there I don't like. Blue Tip Scorpion is 2 cost, 3/1, but it deals double damage to minions, so it does 6 damage to minions right now. But there's no big threatening thing, so it's not really necessary. It's just going to die and, you know, feed her shit. Kaido Assassin, 2 cost, 3-2, but it does backstab 1, and I know it's kind of running off the screen there, but backstab is another, this is, you know, unique to Duelyst here, is where kind of directions matter. So if the Kaido assassin was in this square and attacked here, it would do 3 damage. If it was in this square and attacked, it would do 4 damage, but also it wouldn't get counterattacked. So if it attacked the general from there, the general would just not attack and would just take the 4 damage. So that is really nice. So what we could do is we could combo these two. And so we could put this here. Now this doesn't have rush, unfortunately. So yeah, I'm running out of time. Hold on. Okay, we'll just put kind of like a blockade. Okay. Alright, so the Repulsor Beast. Opening Gamut is a battle cry, basically. It happens as soon as it spawns. So it's a 3 cost 2/2, but it pushes a nearby enemy minion to any space on the battlefield. So it kind of teleports a minion to anywhere you want. Obviously, I would like to get these ranged out of commission. So we could do this to move this here. Then we could attack it. And then we can summon this thing, which does 1 damage as a battle cry to anything. So we can kill it with that. We could replace this Repulsor Beast. We got a Blood Moon Priestess. Okay. So we can't do anything. So, yeah, this is an issue. Saber Spine Seal. Give a minion or general +3 attack this turn. Very good. So what we could do is we can do this. Move him here. And then we can buff him +3. So he's going to do 7 attack here, or 8 attack here without a counterattack. So we just cut our health in half. Very good. We can put out another range down here. And we can move this guy here to kill this. We can move this guy and kill this. And then he can kill this. Alright, so the Abyssian General is not blocked in right now, but she's in a very bad spot. Get rid of this crawler. We need something bigger. We didn't get anything bigger. Okay. Yeah, we have issues. So we can get out the Priestess. We can do this to do 1 damage here. I think we're still gonna die. That's still counted as a backstab for some reason because I didn't reposition. And I don't know how to reposition yourself, so backstab's pretty damn good. But we're still gonna die because the ranged will just eliminate us. Like so. Yeah, so that's that. And that was pretty, I mean, it's about roughly the same time, 12 minutes there. And I was explaining stuff. So those 2 decks are just basically starter decks, more or less. They do give you starter decks for all the factions, but these are 2 that I just kind of cobbled together with stuff from my booster packs. But yeah, I really like the Songhai. They're pretty good. There's a lot of buffing and maneuvering is really interesting. Abyssians are cool because they have a lot of Death Watch stuff. So it's kind of like if you can get position and everything, get the right draw, and you know, with some luck, the Death Watch stuff can go really crazy. But yeah, there's definitely a lot of potential here. So now we're gonna try to play an online match. This will be my first online match. I've only screwed around in Sandbox, so this could be worrisome. And we're gonna go with the Songhai. Expected wait is 1 minute, but boom, instant. Okay. Alright, so we don't need Saber Spine Spiel. I don't anticipate attacking that much, but we might want the Mana Forger right at the start. Alright, I get to go first, so we're going to move 1 ahead, and we're going to drop down the range. And we're going to mulligan this for next turn, but didn't do anything, so that's that. Okay. I don't know much about the Magmar, so I'm a little concerned. I think they have a bunch of like grow minions. So minions that at the start of every one of their turns like gain power. So you wanna shut that down. Yeah, see like the Earthwalker right there. Grow +1. So that means at the start of every one of his turns, this is gonna go +1 in power. So let's get rid of the Scarlet Viper. Now would be a good time to have that Saber Spine, but all we have is the Mist Dragon Seal. So this would go to a 2-3, but that doesn't quite help us. So we just kind of need to get out there, and we'll put out this, and this can attack here, I guess. You know, I'm a complete noob, there's no doubt about that, but... Okay, so you don't refresh back up to 4. I don't really know how the redraw mechanic works. Somebody explained it at some point, but I don't know. Alright, so now he's a 4-3, so I hit him with the range, so he still would have to kill himself here, but I'm assuming he's going to use his General. Spiral Technique is pretty sweet. 5 damage to a minion and to the enemy General. It's like a double Holy Fire without the heal I get. No, there's probably a bit. It's like a Mind Blast. I don't know. There's no... Whatever. Wow, a 7-2 minion. Okay, that's actually not too bad because the Veil Hunter is going to get buffed. So that will take care of that. My problem is still this thing. I imagine he's going to swing at my General, so I can kill it. Okay, I think we're going to... We got 4 mana. I want to get out the Arcanist. But no, I really should mulligan first, so I guess we'll get rid of this. Okay, we got the blue tip Scorpion, which doesn't help us. So if I play this, I'll have 2 mana left. This will be 1 mana, so this doesn't really affect anything. I guess I want to get out the Assassin over here. And then this will go here. He's going to go here. And then we do this. Perfect counter to this big-ass minion. That thing scares me. And then I think we're going to take the 4 hit, but I don't want to. And I probably should have moved first. Probably should have moved here, but that's that. Okay, so right now we have board advantage, I guess. But he's got slightly more health than we do, but this is his concern, I think, because I can really buff this. This one's good, Blood Leech Mask. Whenever I cast a spell, 1 damage to the enemy General and restore 1 health to me. So maybe we can even out that health difference. But he's going to have some tricks up his sleeve. I think he has a bunch of stun stuff as well. And stun would be bad. That would basically be like freeze. But yeah, he's got to get to this because I'm going to keep just picking off his minions. Hailstone Howler. Okay, that's not too bad because this will probably come into play. And that's probably going to be my whole turn. Unfortunately. I can't get an extra mana without screwing over everything. I have to just cast this. But I think I'm going to mulligan the Scorpion. I'll probably take that out of my deck. And I especially will take care of this at some point. I just don't care for this one. Some spells and things create effects on spaces, so that would get rid of that. But I don't know. We'll see. Again, this is my first online match, so it might be a big effect. and we'll move, and I will attack. Now we definitely have a major health advantage. He's down to 10 health. I have the Phoenix Fire in my hand. So it would be 3 plus 5. We can get him down to maybe 3 health. But yeah, he's going to put something out there. Oh, yep, that's going to take care of that. I left him a bit too vulnerable. Okay, so that was half his turn to take care of my ranged. Is he just going to swing at me? No, he's got to be summoning. Okay, Komodo. Playing our scout. This is an interesting one. It's a 1 for 1/2, so it's not powerful at all, but it has airdrops, so you can summon it anywhere on the field. And so he did that to gain the extra mana, but he didn't do anything with it. We are going to move here. We're going to put out this. Okay, I have 5 mana, so I can put out the ranged here. And then I can do this. Using this to kill off his 1/3 is not great. Let me just mulligan to see. Ah, okay. That could be interesting. That could be very interesting next time. So I think we're going to just try to burn him down. Okay. Okay, yeah, I think unless he finds a way to stun or heal, combination Phoenix Fire, Saber Spine, Seal on this guy, it's GG. But he's still got tricks, I'm sure. 7 mana now, or 7 cores, I guess. Okay. Has he got another rush? If he has another rush to take care of my range, that's unfortunate. I could do 8 damage. Oh, I could still kill him then. He needs a provoke, I guess. He's not spent any cores this turn, but here it comes. If that's a provoke, that could screw me. Or a spell. Change all enemy minions into 2/2 magma with no abilities. Wow. Okay, that sucks. And got it. Your minions cost 1 less and take 1 damage as they enter the field. Alright, let's mulligan the avatar. Okay, so we got another Veil Hunter, but that doesn't solve our issue. So we can move this guy here. He's just out of range of everything I want. We can move this here. We can cast the Bloodleech Mask. We can do this. Oh, I really want to burn him down. This will put him down to 3 health. And then we'll summon this here. Kill this thing. Kill this thing. And then we'll summon this here. We'll make him think about what to do. He's in a real rough spot. I don't think he can win this. He's gonna have to pull out some legendary shit. Deathwing! I don't know. Because he can't get to my ranged. So he's going to need to do something to get to that. And, you know, he'd have to move his general to place something near it normally. He's not doing that. He's got to have some kind of spell. He's got 5 cards in his hand, 8 mana. He's got to have options. I just don't know if any of them will work. A provoke won't save him. Because, again, he needs to place it near the ranged. I think he's going to try and hope that I don't have some way to buff the ranged. He will be sorely mistaken, but what are you going to do? Okay. Okay, yeah, he's just trying to block me off from a physical approach, but it doesn't matter. Alright, so we'll mulligan this just to see if we get anything cool. Oh, that would be interesting. Not that it does anything, but then we can just move in here and kill him. Done. And there you go, my first online match, and it's a victory. Look at that. And we are 1/4 of the way towards a reward. Sweet, sweet, sweet. That was 11 minutes. This is the March season. They already have season, that's right. And we're in the bronze division. Done and done. And 25 gold for my first win of the day. So once you get 100 gold, you spend it on a booster pack, so on and so forth. And it's all very cool. I like it a whole lot. Again, it's very relatively unknown at this point. I don't know how I heard about it. I don't remember what I was doing that I heard about it and signed up, but yeah, it's not talked about much. I haven't seen really much YouTube footage of it. They need to, somebody needs to get Crip on this, because I feel like he would like it. But yeah, it definitely it deserves more popularity than it has right now. But again, it is an alpha, so, and it's kind of hard to get into. You have to wait a while, but if you're at all interested in, you know, free-to-play games, or you like Hearthstone, or you like, you know, Fire Emblem or games like that, I recommend signing up for it. I'll put a link to the main site in the description. And, you know, let me know any comments or questions. If you want to see more footage of Duelyst, let me know. Again, it's just one of those things you just kind of play around with in your free time. It's a fun game. It's got a lot. It's very well polished for an alpha. I haven't run into any glitches or crashing or anything like that, so it's good stuff. Okay, so my name is Mangg. This has been Duelyst, and I'll see you fine folks around.